What would happen if Goku awakened Ultra Instinct in his very first fight against the god Beerus? I created a story in which Goku is trained by Whis before his battle against Beerus. The events of this story occur exactly as in the original timeline. However, in this alternate timeline, I changed a few details that will make the story more interesting. Anyway, let's get to the video. The gravity on King Kai's planet was 10 times that of Earth, a weight Goku had long since grown accustomed to, but today the air felt heavier than usual. It wasn't the gravity, it was the suffocating tension radiating from King Kai himself. Goku, sweat running down his forehead as he completed another 1,000 one-finger push-ups, suddenly stopped. His ears caught a whispered, panicked conversation. King Kai was speaking telepathically, his voice trembling in a way Goku had never heard before. He was talking to old Kai and Kibito Kai. The subject was keeping Goku away from someone named Beerus. "Hey, King Kai, who is this Beerus guy? Is he strong?" King Kai jumped, his sunglasses almost flying off his face. Goku, I told you not to snoop." Desperate to change the subject, King Kai stammered, bringing up the old grievance of how Goku had been responsible for his death during the Cell game. "My planet is still in ruins because of you. Look at my house." Goku laughed nervously, scratching the back of his head. He resumed his training, punching the air with sharp sonic crack, but as he calmed down, a thought suddenly hit him. "Oh no, Bulma's birthday party. She'll kill me if I miss it." He turned to leave, but suddenly stopped. King Kai was pacing back and forth, muttering to Bubbles. "King Kai, why are you acting so strange?" "I'm not acting strange. Go to the party. You need to maintain your friendships," King Kai insisted, practically pushing him away. "You idiot," King Kai shouted, finally blurting it out. "All right, you want to know? It's Lord Beerus, the Destroyer." King Kai explained the hierarchy of the universe, the balance between creation and destruction. Goku's eyes widened, not with fear, but with excitement. A god of destruction? The strongest in the universe? Quiet, he's here. He's already here. Hide inside the house. Don't breathe. Don't raise your power. Goku ran to the ruins of the house, peeking through a crack. A beam of light descended, revealing a tall, blue-skinned attendant holding a staff and a purple feline humanoid. That was Beerus. Despite being hidden, Goku was summoned immediately. Beerus knew he was there. The voice of the god of destruction was lazy, yet it carried a tone of absolute authority. He asked about the Super Saiyan god. Super Saiyan god? Goku scratched his head. "I know Super Saiyan 2 and 3, but I've never heard of a god." Beerus sighed, disappointed. "I had a prophetic dream, and it seems it was false. Whis, we're leaving." He paused, looking at Goku. "Although I heard you defeated Frieza. How could a mortal like you defeat him?" "I transformed into a Super Saiyan," Goku said proudly. "Show me," Beerus ordered. Goku obeyed, transforming into a Super Saiyan. The golden aura blazed. He attacked, but Beerus didn't even raise a hand, dodging with the slightest movements of his body. "Too slow." Beerus yawned. Goku clenched his teeth. The lightning of Super Saiyan 2 crackled around him. "How about this?" He was faster now, but the result was the same. Beerus was a ghost, an untouchable shadow. Goku stopped, panting. "Can you fight back? Please? If you show me something worth hitting," Beerus replied. "All right, this is to go even further," Goku shouted, the planet trembling violently. His hair grew, his eyebrows vanished, and Goku finally transformed into Super Saiyan 3. Goku lunged forward with cataclysmic force. He threw punches that could shatter moons, but Beerus stopped them with a single finger. A Kamehameha was swatted away like a mosquito. "Is that all?" Beerus asked, bored. Goku, feeling a rare sense of total intimidation, attacked again. Beerus didn't block this time. He simply let Goku hit him. The punches didn't even hurt the god's skin. "A disappointment," Beerus murmured, and with a simple chop to the neck, he knocked Goku out. The Saiya's consciousness faded into darkness as Beerus and Whis prepared to depart for Earth. Goku woke up minutes later, gasping for air. A Senzu bean from King Kai restored his body, but his pride was in shambles. He watched as the beam of light that was Beerus and Whis disappeared into deep space. "Wait," Goku shouted, his voice desperate. He used instant transmission, not to Earth, but to follow Whis and Beerus, materializing in the vacuum of space directly in their path. Beerus stopped and asked, "Back for more of a beating?" "No," Goku said, lowering his head toward the attendant. You're Whis, right? When I fought him, I saw you watching. You weren't observing my power, you were observing my movement." Whis raised an eyebrow. "Lord Beerus is strong, but he moves differently. He doesn't think. His body just reacts. You're his teacher, right? Please, train me. Just for the time it takes to reach Earth. I need to know how he does that." Beerus laughed. "Train you? In a span of 20 minutes? Don't be absurd. Actually, it could be fun. The travel time to Earth is trivial for us, but I can extend the flow of time within the dimension of my staff. We can have a brief session. Lord Beerus, you may go ahead to Earth and enjoy the food. I'll bring the Saiyan shortly." Beerus narrowed his eyes, then shrugged. Don't take too long, and if he isn't worth fighting when he arrives, I'll destroy the planet. Beerus shot off toward Earth. Whis tapped his staff, and Goku was teleported to an unknown planet. Listen carefully, Goku. You rely too much on your senses and your mind. You feel energy. Calculate an attack. Tense your muscles. That's why you can't touch him. You must let your body think for itself. For what felt like weeks inside the staff, but were only minutes on the outside, Goku was relentlessly defeated by Whis. He was told to stop thinking, to sever the link between thought and action. It was impossible, but slowly, under the extreme pressure of saving his world, Goku began to feel a spark, a moment when his hand moved to block before his brain screamed, "Block." Well, you haven't mastered it. You're barely scratching the surface, but you have the seed. Now, let's go to Earth, Whis said, pulling Goku out of the dimension. When they arrived, chaos had already erupted. The pudding incident had occurred. Majin Buu had been defeated. Gotenks had been slapped around. Gohan was knocked out. Even Vegeta, enraged after Bulma was struck, fought bravely, but ultimately fell. Beerus floated above the grounds of Capsule Corporation, a small sphere of energy at the tip of his finger. I'm bored. Earth now enters the void. Wait! Goku fell from the sky. He looked different, not transformed, but calm. Finished your little lesson? I hope you learned something better than Super Saiyan 3, Beerus mocked Goku. I did learn, but I need help to bring it out completely. We need to perform the ritual you asked about, the Super Saiyan God. Beerus paused the destruction. Oh, you found a way? Goku summoned Shenron. The dragon, terrified of Beerus, explained that the ritual required 5 righteous Saiyas pouring their hearts into a 6th. They gathered. Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Vegeta, and Videl, revealing she was pregnant with Pan, formed a circle around Goku. They held hands, and a golden light burst forth, spinning into a storm. They poured their spirit, their ki, their very essence into Goku. But something strange happened. Goku didn't just accept the power. He remembered Whis' training. Don't let the power control the mind. Let the body absorb the power. Goku stood there, unmoving. His hair was black, slightly raised. But his eyes were silver. A complex heat, blue and white, shimmered from his body like vapor rising from a hot road. What is this? This isn't the red god I saw in my dream, Beerus asked, his tail trembling. I don't know, but I'm ready, Goku said. The two flew toward the sky to begin the battle. Goku didn't rush forward. He simply walked toward the god of destruction. Beerus smiled and fired a ki blast. Goku didn't dodge. He just wasn't there anymore. He had moved his neck by a millimeter, letting the blast pass harmlessly by. Beerus's eyes widened. He threw a punch and Goku's hand rose to block it, sliding Beerus's fist aside and slipping inside his guard. Goku's fist buried itself in Beerus's stomach. A shockwave exploded out of Beerus's back, tearing open the clouds across the entire continent. Beerus doubled over, spitting saliva. You learned that technique? In such a short time? Beerus gasped, staggering back. My body, it's moving on its own, Goku said, staring at his own hands. In the manga, the fight shook the universe. Here, it threatened to tear reality apart. Beerus, realizing he could no longer toy around, increased his power. His purple aura collided with Goku's ethereal blue-silver heat. They clashed, trading incredibly fast blows. A punch to the face? Goku tilted his head back. A kick to the ribs? Goku spun, using the momentum to deliver a crushing elbow to Beerus's chin. Beerus roared, his frustration mounting. He wasn't just fighting a mortal, he was fighting the supreme principle of martial arts itself. He unleashed a barrage of energy spheres. Goku walked through them, his body automatically deflecting them or weaving through the gaps with impossible precision. Beerus took a solid knee to the nose. The god of destruction was bleeding. Excellent! This is exactly what I wanted. A true fight. Beerus laughed maniacally, wiping away the blood. Beerus began using his energy of destruction, creating atomic-level bomb. Goku, lacking the raw power of a complete Super Saiyan God form, but possessing the superior speed of Ultra Instinct, struggled to evade them. He realized his attacks were superficial. He could dodge everything, but he wasn't hitting hard enough to bring Beerus down. You have the movement, but your thoughts are still on the attack. You hesitate before striking, Beerus shouted, grabbing Goku's fist and twisting it. Beerus flicked Goku on the forehead, sending him crashing into an island below. The power of the ritual was fading, being rapidly consumed by the unrefined Ultra Instinct. I have to end this. Don't think, just do, Goku thought. Beerus prepared his final move, the Sphere of Destruction, a massive ball of volatile energy, like a sun. Hold this, Saya. He hurled it. It was heavy, dense enough to crush the earth. Goku didn't try to hold it back. He flew straight toward it. With a roar that sounded like an Uzuru, he managed to block Beerus's overwhelming attack. He reverted to his base form, his body convulsing with spasms of pain. The price of forcing the technique without a divine body was far too high. Goku fell. Incredible. To think that a mortal could push me this far, force me to use nearly 70% of my power just to survive that attack. He dragged the semi-conscious Goku back to the cruise ship. Beerus raised his hand, forming having a small ki blast. However, the deal was that he would win. He didn't win, and I'm still standing. Vegeta stepped forward, powering up, but Beerus glared at him. "Don't do that, Prince. I'm not in the mood." Beerus fired the Ki blast, but hesitated at the last second, deliberately missing his attack. Beerus was far too exhausted and decided to spare the life of that planet and its inhabitants. "Thank you, Goku. You really gave him a scare," Whis whispered as he lifted Beerus into the air. He was still so strong," Goku muttered to Vegeta. "Shut up, Kakarot. You moved like you weren't even there." "What was that?" Vegeta demanded. High above the earth, Beerus looked down one last time. "Ultra Instinct. If he masters that, Whis, I might actually lose my job." Whis laughed. "Let's not get ahead of ourselves, my lord. He still has a long way to go." And so the Battle of Gods ended, not with a handshake of mutual respect for power, but with a terrifying realization. A mortal had touched the supreme technique of the angels, leaving the god of destruction wounded, battered, yet eager for a rematch. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves this topic. See you in the next one.